Alright, so here's the Pre-Calc Conics review sheet created by ChatGPT. And the first thing on here is hyperbolas. And I told you guys that I would, get me really tired, that I would make sure that you had your little tables and stuff. And I'm going to use them. That way, you know, you kind of see what's going on. What do we got up here first? We have a hyperbola. Hyperbola seems like that was 9.2 maybe. I don't know if I've got that open or not. Anyways, we need 9.2 hyperbolas. And here's my forms. Close some stuff out. All right. So we want the standard form of a hyperbola centered at the origin. Horizontal hyperbola, centered at the origin. It's x squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equal to 1. Now, the wording here kind of bothers me, but the only thing that makes sense is choice B, because that's the standard form. Okay, h and k would be 0. Easy enough. By the way, this is a circle. That's a hyperbola, but it's vertical, and that's an ellipse, whose major axis is the y-axis. All right, for the hyperbola, x squared minus y squared over 9, and x squared over 9 minus y squared over 16, what are the coordinates of the vertices? So we can do that by just figuring out which one's major, and look at the form. It's x squared minus y squared. So it's horizontal, okay? And we're going to focus on the first part, right there, because that's A, and A is the distance from the center to the origin. Or not from the, it's from the center to the vertex. Anyways, what this thing would look like, since it's x squared and y squared, it'd be centered here, and you'd go out 3 both ways, and then you'd have your parabolas. So your vertices are at plus or minus 3, 0. All right, more hyperbolas. The asymptote, okay, so since it leads with x, it's horizontal, and your asymptotes are at plus or minus b over a. And again, remember that this is the a squared piece and this is the b squared piece. So a is plus or minus 3 and b is plus or minus 4. And there's my guy right there since it's horizontal. So it's y equals plus or minus 4/3 x. It's really not that bad. All right, the equation x minus 2 squared minus y plus 3 squared and over 25 and 9 respectively equal 1 represents a parabola centered at. And again, we're starting with x. And the notation here was hk. It's a little slightly different slide, but we change signs to -3. That's not a new skill. All right, if a hyperbola has a transverse axis of length 10 and a conjugate axis of length 8, what are the values of a and b? Okay, so the transverse axis is the axis with the foci. It's the axis with the vertices and the foci. The conjugate axis is used to form our construction box. Okay. And anyways, this 10 is twice a, and this 8 is twice b. So a is going to be 5, and b is going to be 4. Really not that hard. Which conic has a negative constant in its standard equation? It's kind of interesting. A negative constant in its standard equation. So let me kind of go over some of these. The ellipse, I had a brain fart here, is x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equal to 1. The parabola, depending on which one you're doing, it's usually something along of x minus h squared equals 4py. And you'll notice that we have a positive. The circle, which you haven't really talked about a whole lot in a long time, is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. Plus, and then you have the hyperbola. Now the hyperbolas are the x minus h squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared. And that equals 1. It's this guy. Because if I wanted to clear that negative symbol, I would multiply everything by a negative. And that would make this piece negative, make that positive, and it would make the constant on the other end negative. So it's the hyperbola. It's always the hyperbola. All right, in a hyperbola, the distance between the foci is blank. Okay, so C is the distance from the center to the focus. That's what it is. So, like, it doesn't really matter how you drew it. Each one of these distances would be a c. So the total distance is 2c, and then they have where c squared equals. Okay, so let's just pull up the hyperbola notes here. B squared is c squared minus a squared. That's how it is. Doesn't matter if it's centered at the origin or not. You know, I can jump over the ones that aren't. B squared is c squared minus a squared. So b squared is c squared minus a squared. Doing a little bit of manipulation on that, we get c squared is b squared plus a squared. So it's 2c, where c squared is a squared plus b squared. I'm just looking at those big old tables that have everything I need to know. Don't freak out about it. Refer back to your tables. What is a standard form of an ellipse with a horizontal major axis? So if the horizontal major axis, if it's horizontal, it's x squared over a squared. That's how it is, okay? If it's vertical, it's going to be y squared over a squared. Still going to lead with x squared, but it's going to be x squared over b squared. So I am looking for an x squared over an a squared, which is that one. Plain and simple. This is a circle. That one is vertical. Still a hyperbola. This guy right here is also a hyperbola. All right, moving forward. In the ellipse, x squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 equals 1. What is the length of the major axis? It's going to be that piece right there. A squared is 25, so A is 5. Now, that is not the length. Let's think about the graph here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 each side for the major axis. And then we're going to go B is 3. We're going to go up 3 and down 3. I think about graphs. I don't necessarily remember a whole lot of little details in the background. I think about graphs. But if A is 5, the whole length across is 10. All right, 10, what is the relationship among A, B, and C in an ellipse? So all you really got to do is look at the ellipse chart. I mean, it's not that hard. Ellipses were 9, 1. I don't think I've got that open anywhere here. And I don't, which is cool. It's just the way it is. So let's open up 9, 1, look at that table, just to make sure I get it right. Here's the ellipses. Let's grab the one for things that aren't centered at the origin. Hopefully by now, as you've kind of seen how close all these equations are and you've kind of worked with them a little bit, it's starting to make a little more sense. bunch of stuff open. You have to give me a minute. I lost my place. I have too many things open. There we go. So there is the ellipses and that big old table of information. And you know, all you're really gonna have to do on this is you're just gonna have to jump down and look where it says b squared equals a squared minus c squared. And they're trying to trick you a little bit, but don't think too much of it. B squared equals a squared minus c squared. Now, which one of these equations is the same? Well, if we move this over here, we'd have c squared plus b squared equals a squared. And then we would just move that over there. So c squared is a squared minus b squared. That's what I'm looking for, which is choice B. It's not too bad. Is there another one up here? Because sometimes ChatGPT makes mistakes. This one's also true, isn't it? That a squared is c squared plus b squared. That is also true. Anywho, what is the center of an ellipse? Let's see here. I can't read the whole question. Oh, that's easy. You missed this one. There's something wrong with you. -1, 4. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The foci of an ellipse lie on the major axis. Because this is an ellipse, this is a horizontal ellipse, and the foci would be in here on the major axis, whichever side's longer. If an ellipse has a semi-major axis length of 6 and a semi-minor axis length of 2, then the value of c is what? Okay, so we're going to go out 3, and it doesn't say which one's which, but so it's not a big deal. And we're going to go up 1 and down 1. This is a rough copy of the ellipse, no matter what. Okay, but this is A, and A is 3, and this distance right here is B, and B is 1. And then you're just going to fall back on your equation, which is b squared equals a squared minus c squared. You're going to plug in. 1 squared equals 3 squared minus c squared. So doing a little shifting, c squared is 3 squared, which is 9 minus 1. C squared is 8. C is root 8. Which oddly enough isn't there. Semi-major. Ah, nice. Half. Good job on the words. Good job on the words. Semi means half. Oh, they got me. All right, so anyways. Still going with b squared equals a squared minus c squared. B is going to be 2, so 2 squared equals 6 squared minus c squared. It's going to be 4 minus 36 equals negative c squared, so 32 is c squared, so root 32. There's actually nothing wrong with that either. I don't know what's up with ChatGPT. I'll try to clean that up on test day, but either one of those are valid. They really are. All right, what is the standard form of a vertical parabola with a vertex at HK? So we just did parabolas Tuesday, okay? Yeah, what happened? I know what happened. There we go. Anyways, vertical parabola. Right there at the bottom. Right there on the right. X minus h squared equals 4p, y minus k. All right, what is the directrix of the parabola x plus 2 squared equals negative 8 times y minus 3? So we didn't do any of these in notes, but it's going to be this guy. And I want you to notice that this piece lines up with 4p. Okay, so look at that, 4p. So p is negative 2. It says the directrix is y equals k minus p. So remember, your vertex is at negative 2, 3, and this gives you h and k. All right? So the directrix must be k minus p. K is 3. And p was negative 2. So it's at y equals 5. And they're just kind of doing it like that. Anywho, moving forward, what is the focus of the parabola y equals 1/4 x squared? Gonna kind of approach this the same way as we did the last one. We're going to do our lineup process here. I'm going to have to make this thing look like it's supposed to, though. I actually have to 4 both sides because I need x squared by itself. So x squared equals 4y. And this is the 4p part. 4p equals 4, so p is 1. Now I want the directrix. The directrix is y equals k minus p. Did I do the last one right? Was it about the directrix? It was. Tired, forgive me. Since this thing doesn't have an h and k, its center is at 0, 0, and there's your h and there's your k. It's an x squared. We're going to do y equals k minus p. K is 0, p is 1. So y is negative 1. And I don't know why I'm talking about the directrix. That's how tired I am. I'm supposed to be talking about the focus. The focus is right here. It's at h comma k plus p. So h was 0, k is 0, p is 1. So 0 comma 1. Ugh. All right, which graph matches the hyperbola? You just have to know if it's what kind of hyperbola is. Is it vertical or horizontal? It starts with this, so it's vertical. And that means it opens up, down. So, and it's centered at positive 2, negative 1. There you go. Which graph matches the ellipse? Notice how it's got more stuff with x, so it's horizontal for a major axis. And then it's going to be at 2 comma negative 1 because we changed things. Really, really easy stuff. 19, the vertex of this one. Now this is in the old form. This is a times x minus h squared plus k. So its vertex is at 3, negative 5. Negative 3, negative 5. Choice B. And the last one, thank God, because I'm tired. A parabola has a focus at 0, 2 and a directrix at y equals negative 2. What is the equation of the parabola? All right, let's draw what they've given us. We have a directrix at y equals negative 2. We have a focus at 0, 2. And the parabola is going to eat that thing, okay? Now, you'll notice that the directrix and the focus are the same distance apart. That's how I knew that the parabola was dead centered. So it's vertical, which means that any of these is actually valid. And 2 of them are actually the same. Actually, and that's one thing about this. So I've got a lot of fixing to do on these things. So, like, you'll notice that A and C are technically the same thing. B and D are technically the same thing. Anyways, it's vertical. So I just got to pick the right one. Anyways, it's going to be x minus 0 squared equals 4p, and this distance right here, p is 2, times 2, times y minus 0. So we get x squared equals 8y. That would be that one. Or it would be this one. So, for a remind me to clean up ChatGPT's multiple choice answers, because they kind of stink. And that's way too much of my life that I just gave you. I'm 100% out of energy. You're welcome.